the benefits of the Christmas Challenge and what you can reasonably expect if your charity takes part in the Christmas Challenge. Now, like I mentioned, we've been doing this for quite a few years now, and we've done many case studies which you may have seen on the website, and we have a lot of experience in hearing feedback from the charities who've taken part. These are some of the overwhelming sort of impacts that charities that take part experience. Now, the first bullet point that you'll see here is that taking part in the Christmas Challenge can help you recruit new donors. Now, this is simply because the power of the matching message, being able to go out and to offer to double people's donations, is a really big incentive for first-time donors. You're going to them with a specific ask, and you're saying, okay, come to our organisation, and for this period your donation will be doubled. And what we've also found is that this works especially well because of the way the Big Give Christmas Challenge is set up. It's competitive, so donors like to see your charity doing well, they like to support your charity, and it's time limited as well, so they've only got a certain time frame to give. So it's one of the very rare occasions where you can actually mobilise donors and give them specific instructions as to how and when to donate. And that really demonstrates the power of the matching message in terms of mobilising new donors. It also gets regular donors giving more for similar reasons that I was just mentioning there. People that support your charity are very, they love your organisation, they want you to prosper. And if they get the chance to make even more impact in giving to your organisation, they'll jump at the opportunity. And especially the competitive element here as well. They want your charity to do better over and above everyone else. So they'll end up giving more. This has been shown in a comprehensive study of match funding conducted in the United States by Dean Carlin and John List, who did a really large-scale study of the power of the matching message. And on average, if you were offering to double donations, regular donors gave around 22% more than they would do if the matching wasn't available. It's also a fantastic opportunity to re-engage with lapsed donors, people who may just have fallen off the radar. I'm sure many of you experience donors who always say, yes, we'll give, but never actually get round to giving. We had a charity 2 or 3 years ago who were experiencing exactly that. A donor had been promising to donate for 2 or 3 years. He'd been promising a donation of £1,000, but he'd never done it. And you can't press too hard with these things. But they sent him an email offering to double his donation through the Big Give Christmas Challenge, and within half an hour of receiving that email, he'd actually donated £3,000, 3 times the amount, and he'd given within half an hour after 2 or 3 years of promising to give. So it's a fantastic way to get back in touch with those lapsed donors. And as you know, it's not just that one-off donation that you'll be getting, you'll very likely be re-engaging with them on a long-term basis. It's also an opportunity to encourage your trustees to give. The Big Give Christmas Challenge is very much about creating a community of giving around your charity, about collecting all the people that are passionate about your cause and getting them all given together, and it's that power that sort of multiplies the amount that you get, and then there's obviously the funding that you get on top of that. So it's a brilliant time to ask your trustees to give. Now, not all of you will have trustees that are in a position to financially contribute to your organisation, but many of you will do, and maybe you've never asked them. This is a fantastic time to ask them for the first time. We've, from the feedback surveys that we've conducted in previous years, we've had over 60% of charities have got their trustees given, many for the first time. It's just a brilliant chance to get them involved in the financial side of things. It's also a brilliant way of moving your donors online. For some of you, this may be quite a scary prospect. You may think that your donor demographic is technophobic, and there's no way that they would give online. Well, we've had many charities like this in the past. People who've got very old demographic of donors, people who traditionally aren't internet savvy. But they've gone for it, and they've been absolutely surprised by the results. People have gone online because of the power of the matching message. They've gone and they've changed their traditional giving habits. And what that's done for the charities is it's given them an enlarged online donor database. which is far more effective in terms of the way in which you communicate with them. You've got a database of people that you can email at the drop of a hat. It costs nothing and it's very effective. You can track things far better as well. The other benefit of moving donors online is the increased gift aid that you will inevitably receive. For offline donations, the average rate of gift aid take-up is around 40 to 50%. Through the Big Give Christmas Challenge over the last 3 years, it's been in the region of at least 85%. So the extra gift aid revenue as well that you're going to be getting by moving people online is really substantial and not to be underestimated. The Big Give Christmas Challenge is also an opportunity to try new methods of fundraising. For instance, you may have been thinking about doing a direct mailing campaign, buying a listing and doing a direct mailing campaign for a long time, but the risk-reward analysis that you've done seems to suggest that your return on investment may not quite be enough. Well, with the Big Give Christmas Challenge, you're going to be getting external funding from our charity champions as well, so that underwrites some of the risk. So you don't need the same return on investment, and you may just find that new method of fundraising that you've tried actually brings in far more than you thought it would. We've seen this happen with many charities in the past who've used this as an opportunity to try new ways of increasing their revenue streams, and it's really been very effective for them. And obviously there's the cherry on the top, which is always getting the additional funding that the Big Give bring through our charity champions.